Good morning everyone, and welcome back to my garden. In today's video, I just want to share with you the experience I had with direct sowing zinnias for the first time. I just want to encourage everyone who maybe has never done that before to definitely give it a try. It was a very easy process. The zinnia is an extremely easy flower to begin with. There was really nothing to it. So I just want to encourage anyone out there who is trying this for the first time to just go for it. So I purchased 3 types of zinnias from Botanical Interest, and I just direct sowed them right into my elevated garden bed that I purchased from Gardener's Supply back in the spring. I was very happy with my elevated garden bed. It's beautiful. It's cedar planked. I think the measurement is 2 by 8 if I'm not mistaken. We did stain it. I can include the name of the stain that we used to stain the elevated garden bed. And we filled that elevated garden bed with a mix of potting soil and compost. It looks beautiful on my back patio, and it just, I think, adds added visual interest to my garden in the backyard. The direct sowing of the zinnias was very easy. I just read the directions on the back of the package. There's lots of information on the Botanical Interest package on the front, on the back, and on the inside. With zinnias, basically, if you're direct sowing, you want to do so 2 weeks after your last frost date. My last frost date is generally mid-May, so usually by Memorial Day, everyone's kind of planting out their gardens. I'm in zone 6B in Western New York. However, I was not able to get outside and do that at that time. For whatever reason, life happens. You're busy with your families, you're busy with your commitments and jobs and just different things that you're responsible for in your everyday life. So I didn't actually get out to direct sow my zinnias until the end of June. I remember thinking, I don't know if I should do that. It's kind of late in the season, but I did just go for it, and I'm so glad that I did. I basically just made small little rows in my elevated garden bed. I used my little shovel to just make little rows, and I wasn't too concerned about spacing my zinnias, so you'll notice that they are pretty close together, and I did end up separating several of them as they started to emerge and grow. I planted them 1/4 of an inch deep, which was barely anything at all, and then you just covered them up very gently, and I watered them in and waited for them to emerge. It took about 3 days in order for me to see any green starting to pop up from the soil, and that was very exciting. I watched them grow, and they looked super healthy, and they started to bloom probably about sometime in August, maybe the second week of August, something like that. And they absolutely are just so beautiful, and I was just so glad that I tried that out. I was just so happy with how they turned out. I just thought the zinnias were beautiful. I enjoyed the whole process. I enjoyed learning about the zinnia, learning how to plant it, and then watching it start to emerge from the ground was just so satisfying. So I just wanted to share this with you, basically to encourage you and to motivate you to try something new in your garden. Try something that you've never done before. And for all you beginners out there, don't be intimidated. Just get on out there, try something, learn a little bit, and if you make a mistake, no big deal. Most of the time though, you'll have, some failures along the way, but you'll also have some sweet successes too. So why don't you come along with me today as I make a zinnia bouquet for someone special in my life. Okay, so these are my Persian carpets, and you can see there's just a few different shades there, and most of these are ready to go. With zinnias, I mentioned in my last video, but it's important to mention in this video too, the way you can tell if they're ready to cut is if you give it the wiggle test with your fingers, and you're sort of looking at the main stem here, and if that remains stiff, then they're ready to cut. If you have one like this one looks, oh, that one's pretty good too. Let me see if I can find an example of one that's not ready to cut. See this? This one hasn't even opened yet, but you can see the stem on that is floppy. So you know that that's not a zinnia that's ready to cut. So let's come over here, and I'm basically just gonna cut down. This one I have 3 blooms on here. You can cut, you know, sometimes you'll just get the single bloom or multiple blooms. And once you start cutting down your zinnias, that will encourage new blooms to form and really just encourage the zinnia to grow more in a full form. There's so many I can cut here. Okay, let's move on to the green envy. Look at this beautiful, look at that beautiful flower. So I'm gonna come all the way down, let's see, all the way down to as far as I can, really, kind of far down with this one. And it kind of makes me sad to be clipping all the blooms away, but I know hopefully I'll get another nice flush. If I keep, keep pruning, I can get another nice flush. These are going to be gorgeous. See, I'm just following the stem all the way down. And those are just opening up. So I think that's all for the green end. These are the last group I have, the cut and come again, and we're just gonna cut some of these that are ready as well. And I've already kind of come through and wiggled most of these, so, and they've been bloomed for quite a while, so I know that most of them are ready for a cut. Oops. Ty, did you enjoy the flowers?
Yeah.
Thank you for videotaping. My son Tyler's out here helping me, just recording me. I appreciate that, Ty. Oops. Look at how absolutely beautiful. Just such a beautiful array of colors. And I'm just so excited to put a bouquet together for my mom. I just have a vase from inside to use, but I'm noticing that my Persian carpet zinnias are quite short. They didn't grow, you know, as tall as, say, the envy, so I might just go inside and grab another vase, different size vase with some water. Okay, so I just grabbed a couple of different sizes here, and I'm just gonna separate my zinnias into little bouquets. The first thing I'm going to do is to defoliate the zinnia stem, which means you just take the little leaves off, because you don't want the flowers to get moldy or anything. So defoliating the stem, you know, helps them to remain nice and healthy for as long as you possibly can. Okay, these green envy, I just love them. So I've got two little bouquets happening here. I have all the smaller ones I'm putting in this tiny little vase here. Maybe I'll keep this one for myself. And then this one I was going to give to my mom. I just want to add some more color and fill this one up as much as I can. Here's what I ended up with. Two sweet little bouquets. See if I can just kind of turn this one around. I honestly don't know which one I want to give to my mom. I think they're both beautiful. I like the large one, but I also love this sweet little one here too. And I almost think this one she would appreciate a little more because she likes to put things just kind of on her windowsill by the sink. So I might give her this one here. They're both beautiful. Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
I brought you a bouquet of my zinnias.
Oh my gosh, I saw them yesterday. They're beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I love them.
I finally cut them.
Yeah, you have quite a bit.
I did, I know.
Yeah, come on in.
What are you doing?
That looks nice. But, I don't know. It just was not.
Those are beautiful. But yeah, the other ones aren't
Yeah.
as good. What do you have growing here, Mom?
Well, that was a little spider plant. They gave these out at Emily's grandparent day. And you had to bring in your traditions, and this one grandparent traditions was to grow little plants. And she brought a bunch of them in, and you could take them.
Aw.
And this one I'm
That's
trying
nice.
to do something with. I'm trying to get it to grow.
Was that something you bought over the winter?
No, actually, Ann had given me this last year.
Was it-
There were a couple
Oh, yeah, I
other
remember.
plants in it.
Uh-huh.
And this one I just salvaged.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to bring it back to life.
Very good.
Yeah.
Look at this tomato. Is that from Layla's garden?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a big tomato. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just, cut I need to use it because it's getting soft.
Yeah.
Roma, I think, and then maybe the The other one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the other kind is it.